Hello guys, gals, and non-binary pals, and welcome to Dabs to ASMR. Now, I hope you're enjoying kind of the beginning part of the Rapunzel series. I know it's been very strange so far. Just kind of had to get through those first chores ones. Wasn't really sure how to do some of them, like wax, polish my shine, mop, a lot of the same repetitive stuff. But we should be getting into more interesting ones. Today is So I'll read a book, or maybe 2 or 3. We're not doing 2 or 3. We're going to read this book. And what it is, it's Lonely Planet's best ever video tips. Learn to shoot and share better travel videos. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to read just random ones from here. And we'll keep going for a little while. Oh, that one. 20 landscapes. The secret to stunning landscape shots can be summed up in one word: light. This means you have to be on location at the right time. The ability to light to transform a subject or scene from the ordinary to the extraordinary is one of the most powerful tools for photographers and videographers. Okay. I am going to shorten some of these. In the dark. If it is truly pitch black, it's important to get some kind of light source from somewhere and make sure your subject is facing the light source. Use any light source you can find in experiments. Sometimes pointing a light directly at the subject can give a harsh look and make them squint. So try bouncing the light off of a wall at them. Try lamps, torches, candles, anything you can find. Just plan your shots around where the light is best. Best image with it. Talking to the camera seems simple, but takes time and practice. The most natural way is to vlog, aka hold your camera up with one arm and talk to it. Start small. The bigger the camera, the more intimidating it will be to start talking to it. Check your lighting, learn your camera's field of view, keep it short, simple, concise, and to the point, and use the 5 W's. Tell the viewer who you are, where you are, what you are doing, and when are you doing it, and why. The etiquette of filming. Before you go, search local cultures and taboos, especially with regard to clothing, greetings, timekeeping, and personal space. That is something that I definitely struggle with, is timekeeping versus other cultures. I am painfully early to everything. I always show up painfully early. And the problem is that in certain cultures, it's very rude to be early, and I've definitely experienced that. I grew up in just this very culturally diverse area. Like, my neighborhood growing up was very culturally diverse. But the neighbors this way are Mexican. They said, oh, we're back in Mexico. If you showed up on time for anything, it's rude. It's like, I am a half hour early to your party. Deal with it. Okay, 34 now. Honor the pace of your story. Pace is an innate component of any video. Think of it as a steady heartbeat, pulsing rhythmically and carrying audiences along with it. YouTube the basics. First things first, sign up for a YouTube account. Cool. I don't know. I just thought it was a cute book. But we will keep going. For $1, I thought it was cute. Keep equipment safe. Check small prints of your travel insurance to ensure it will cover all your equipment for the entire duration of your trip. Pack expensive equipment in your hand luggage when traveling by plane or bus, never in the hold. Stay in self-contained rooms, not dorms. Leave expensive items in a safe. Keep your luggage on your lap or under your feet on public transport. Buy a camera bag that can't be easily opened without you knowing. Wear it on your front crowds and pack expensive items deep. When you're shooting, always keep the camera strap around your neck. 5, 6, 7, Depth of field. Depth of field relates to how much of your shot is in focus. A small amount of focus is called a shallow depth of field. The opposite is a deep focus. Okay, very nice to know. Don't cross the line. The 180 rule is of the central tenets of filmmaking. Stick to it unless you have a good reason not to. Imagine a woman and a man in a conversation. The woman is sat on the left-hand side of the screen, facing the man on the right-hand side of the screen. Imagine a straight line going through both their heads and continuing either side forever. The 180 rule states that this imaginary line should not be crossed in any shot. It is this on-screen position of the woman and the man will be switched so that the man is on the left-hand side looking right for the viewer, who isn't sure which subject is where in relation to the other. This is both confusing and distracting. This same rule applies to objects, and particularly in how people relate to them. In a scene, if a woman is walking towards a street and you cross the line, she flips positions on screen so it looks to the viewer she's walking the other way. If you do not have to cross the line for any reason, try to take a shot where you're on the line filling the person or subject directly so that you can use it as a transitional spot. As with all rules, this one can be broken. Crossing the line creates unease and tension for the viewer, which might be the effect you're going for, but you should make sure that you're doing it on purpose. Very interesting. I don't think I've ever heard that in my life, but very interesting. I believe it, though. Know your shots. Varying the shots in your movie will serve to hold the viewer's attention, and by using certain shots, you can direct the viewer's emotions. Wide, long, mid, close, POV, tracking, top shot, and low angle. Those are what those look like. Tracking the camera forward or backwards, tilting up or down, and panning left or right all creates movement in this shot. A long shot shows the whole person, mid shot shows the waist, close up shows the head. The point of view shot can give insight into the subject's thoughts. Very interesting. Action. Whether it's a snowboarder carrying on to the slope or a game of football, action sequences can give your video a dynamic edge if you get them right. The most important factor is communication. Talk to your subject and understand where they will go. Without doing this, the shot will never be as smooth or look as good. Sometimes this can be as simple as yelling back and forth to establish direction of movement. You could even buy a cheap pair of handheld radios or agree a rough plan on paper. Aim to include a lot of your foreground in the frame to show the depth of actions. Try to move the camera before the subject comes into the frame, and you'll be rewarded with a much more fluid shot without that involuntary jerk when the action starts. Lighting and timing are also critical. Interviews. Creative tips. Connect with your audience. Every video you make should aim to engage its audience. The power of suggestion. Never assume it's only content that matters. The combination of shots and audio will use fire off synapses in the viewer's mind, reading significance and attaching meaning. The etiquette of filming. The most rewarding tips are always undertaken with sensitivity towards the country's people, their beliefs, and their practices. Oh, I had already read that part, but I hadn't read, Interesting. Vlogging in public spaces. Okay, I have a huge problem with vlogging in public spaces. I want to do ASMR in public, and you can see I dabbled into it. I'm getting good with shorts because I feel like I can just do a little clip and then shut it off and no one sees it. But I get so nervous. I don't know why, but I get so nervous doing ASMR in public. And I would love to get to the point where I'm doing that. You'll probably need to film yourself in a public place at one time or another, a less than pleasant prospect if you're easily embarrassed. Okay, I'm easily embarrassed. Thank you for giving that reasoning. People will stare at you, yes, but it's no big deal. We live in a selfie culture now. It is very normal to take photos and videos of yourself. For those who look at you askance, don't worry. Chances are they will never see you again, and you will forget about you in less than 5 minutes. No, they won't. They'll talk about me forever, and they'll make fun of me. I don't know why I'm so affected. They'll never think about me again. I'll get there. Find a good spot, turn the camera towards you, forget about the onlookers as much as you can, and just talk to your camera. When finished, instantly look down, look away, and keep walking. If you don't make it a big deal, those around you won't either. If you still simply cannot deal with people looking at you, step aside from the group to you are not in your shop, find a wall, a corner, tree, or a larger open space. And when you're finished, join back in with the group. Act casual. The less you pay attention to the people around you, the less you remember that they are even there, and the less awkward and embarrassed you will be around them. That's really good advice. Like, that is something that I struggle with, and that is very good advice. Okay. Finding stories. The best stories don't usually present themselves to you in front of your camera. You have to go look for them, and that requires some planning. The camera gets you access. Wonderful thing about filming your travels that most of the time people are very proud of their culture and jump at the top to show it off. Cool the cliche. One thing you need to know, everyone has a mental picture of the destination for their ride. Don't just film what you expect to see. Learn the art of patience. I feel like everyone says, every time someone says learn the art of patience, I just instantly become impatient. I don't know. Be prepared to accept change as a plan graciously. To shoot or not to shoot. Advances in technology have revolutionized videos, but they've also made it all too easy to overshoot. Remember, you'll have to edit it all. Yes, that is a major problem. Editing tips. Okay. Okay. You have a wonderful day. That you know, special and